So this is just to review some of the strategies we've covered to varying degrees over the course of the year. I'm also including a couple of links to much more detailed lists. Most of these should be familiar, especially if you were doing the prep work leading up to the AP exam. The thing I would stress once again is knowing the names of these is not the key to a successful rhetorical analysis. A person who has never heard of a rhetorical strategy or device, who can read closely and think about the author and the audience and notice, oh, I see what they're doing. This is why they brought that up. That's way more effective than dropping a bunch of names. So the purpose of this is not necessarily for you to just grab a bunch of good sounding names for rhetorical devices and then plunk them into your analysis, but rather to kickstart the thinking and to avoid simply, the example, the analogy I give here, just saying the author does parallelism, sequencing, and whatever, right? Something else. And instead, like here saying, oh, they use soil, water, and a trowel. If I said that's how to garden, soil, water, and a trowel, that's not helping you. Right? That's not telling you anything. Walking you through, what do you do next? Why? Why do you do that next? Etc. That's actual effective analysis. All right, so running through some of these ideas, again, to get you thinking about the kind of things you might be looking for. And I'm not going to go through them in complete detail because, of course, that's what the slides are posted for. But thinking about with something like alliteration, the reason you might observe that. Does it make something stand out, right? Are they calling your attention to a particular concept by alliterating the initial consonants or syllable? And so this can be something just to make it catchy, Best Buy. Or it could be something to make it stand out from the text around it. But just alliterating by itself doesn't do it. Allusion, you know what these are. This could be something that makes something clearer. Analogy is very similar. Antithesis, remember, is a way of showing things that contrast to illustrate their differences. Consonance, then, same basic idea. It's getting something to stand out. It's just a different way of going about it. So there's a really good example of where it would be better to, if you were like, oh, which one is this? Right? Is this consonance or alliteration? It'd be better to be able to say they're making this phrase stand out by repeating certain sounds in short succession. Diction. Please don't. I know I've said this many, many times. Please don't say the author uses diction. Diction is words. Of course they use diction. What about the way they're using it is significant? What about the style, the voice? That's the kind of thing you're noticing. It's not the diction itself. Ellipses, same thing. This is just the dots. It's the omission, right? That, like we refer to those three dots as ellipses because it's something has been omitted. When something has been left out, that is often calling your attention to something. Hyperbole, using exaggeration. Imagery is like diction. Of course there's imagery. How? Why? In what way? What kind of pathos-based imagery is being used? Irony, if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. If you do, that can be very, very effective if an author is using irony. Oxymorons is basically juxtaposition. Personification is usually done as a form of imagery, but bringing something to life. Why are they doing that? Why make it seem like, that this inanimate object is coming to get you, there to save you, like a helping hand, things like that. A lot of these fall under the umbrella of symbolism and so on. So I know I'm rushing through those, but that's just kind of like how you might think about using them and what kind of things you'd be looking for to think about, oh, this is making something stand out. They want us to notice this. They want to simplify the thing they're talking about into this clear, symbol. Or they're alluding to something else because they want us, every time they want us thinking about, you allude to 9/11 or World War II or whatever because you're trying to get people to equate that with the thing you're describing. All right, so again, look at the links to look at more detailed lists if that's going to be helpful. But as always, it is far more important to be focused on the audience and how the author is moving through the points of their argument to get to a conclusion that is resonating with that specific audience.